Hello guys, this is Lower Stitches. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning how to make this backless top with drawstring. Let's get right into it. So we'll be using this beautiful ankara fabric. I used about 2 yards. This is currently 6 yards. So we are going to be using that to make this dress. So the measurement you'll be needing is your shoulder measurement, the length of your top. The length of the top I'm working with is 23, and then your half waist measurement, which you are going to be needing later but not now. So that's just it. So to start, we're going to be folding our fabric like a triangle. You take one edge and just take it to meet the other edge like this, so it is going to form a triangle. So that is how we are going to be cutting our fabric on bias form. So I'm just going to place it well like this. The first thing we're going to be doing is to measure the shoulder measurement. Your shoulder measurement divided by 2. So the shoulder I'm working with is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. So you're just going to mark where you have your shoulder measurement, 7.5 inches, and that is there. And I marked a straight line to connect it. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is to measure the length of our top. So you can either start measuring from where you have your shoulder measurement, or you start from the top. I would advise that you start your measurement from the top. You measure what you have from the edge to where your shoulder measurement start from. We have 10 inches. So we are going to be adding 10 inches plus our original top measurement, which is 23. Yes. So 10 inches plus 23, we have 33 inches. So we are going to be using this for our measurement for now. Remember, the original measurement is 23 inches plus 10 inches, that's 33. And I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So 33 plus 1.5, that's 34.5 inches. So I'm just going to be marking that round. The reason why it is advisable for you to start from that edge is so that your fabric is going to be equal. You don't want an issue where the back or the side is shorter or longer than one part of the top. So I'm just going to mark my top measurement round. So it's still going to be the same thing. Remember, we're going to be cutting off that upper part. So before we proceed to cutting, we're going to be adding the folding allowance. I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches. You can add as much as 2 inches if you want the belt on the neckline to be wide. So I'm just going to be adding 1.5 inches, and then we're going to cut. So before we cut, we need to mark out something. On your shoulder line, you're not going to be starting from where you added the allowance. On your main shoulder line, I'm going to be measuring my shoulder line to my half waist, which is 15 inches. I'm going to come up by 2 inches. If you want your back to be very deep, you can measure 15 inches exactly, but 13 inches is okay for me. So I'm just going to go up by 2 inches, so we have 13 inches. And then now we can now cut it out. This line is going to help us when we want to cut the back. Thank God I checked my phone. My memory was full and I received a notification. I didn't know that my phone stopped filming. So I already cut out this upper part, as you can see, and I've already started cutting the down part. So let me just join it together so you can see what I am trying to do. So this is just it. I'm cutting out the top, and that's basically it. So this is what we have. The next thing we're going to do is to cut the back out. So for the back, we're also going to fold it the same way we folded the front. So now we're just going to fold a rectangle shape like this, and then we're going to be placing the front pattern on it. But we're not going to be cutting the full length. Instead, remember where we marked on the front fabric? That is where our measurement is going to start from. So you place your front pattern on it like this, and then you fold and make sure the folding stops at the place that you notch. So you just use your scissors to make a mark there. So folding like this is quite easy, and then we're going to be cutting. But before we do that, we're going to be adding 1.5 inches allowance to at the edge of the back pattern. So we are going to be using this allowance to fold and also give like a casing for where we're going to be passing our elastic through. Now after doing this, we're just going to be cutting. So we're done with cutting of the front and the back. So we're going to be starting with the back now. We're going to be folding by that 1.5 inches allowance we added to make a channel where our elastic is going to pass through. So for the back, we're adding an elastic. So you're just going to fold, measure your 1.5 inches and fold like this. I'll sew and show you how it looks. So I am done sewing. Now we are going to be adding our elastic to it. So to get your elastic measurement, you divide your waist, half waist measurement by 2, and then you minus 5 inches. You can also minus up to 6 inches if you want it to be very firm on you. So the half waist measurement I'm working with is 28 minus divided by 214 minus 5. So we have about 9 inches here. So that's what I cut out. I'm just going to attach my safety pin to it and pass it through the channel we made this way. So you have to be very careful when you're doing it. So I'm just going to show you. So you just continue to pull this way, and as you are pulling, make sure that the elastic does not go in completely, that you won't be able to see it on the other edge. You can use a pin to just hold the edge down while you are sewing, and while you are pushing, you see this edge here, just use your pin to hold it down, because if it goes in completely, you may not be able to bring it out. So just use your pin to hold it this way and try to bring the other one outside. So this is it, guys. I am done. Just spread it to make sure that the fabric is equal across. So now the next thing we're going to do is to attach it to the front part of the fabric. Please follow the process. Okay, so I have opened up the front part of this top. So on the other edge, remember we made the notch here. You're just going to place it on that notch on one edge, then you're going to sew, and also you're going to place it on the other edge. You see how wide it is, then you're going to sew. So I'm just going to be joining on both sides as I pin down. I'm going to sew that and show you how it looks. So as you can see, guys, I've sewn it by this side, and I'm just going to try to like even out this fabric. So the next thing we're going to do is to fold the edge of the front fabric of the front of this top. The reason why we're doing that is so as to be able to make a channel on the shoulder line. If we fold the shoulder line first, we won't be able to have a channel where our rope is going to pass through. So you're just going to fold it in like this. You fold it twice like this with the allowance you have left, and sew. So that's just it. You do the same thing on the other side, and after doing that on the shoulder line, you can now fold by that 1.5 inches that you have. So I'll do that and show you how it looks. Okay, so guys, this is it. I have folded the side first. Please fold the side first. I've sewn it, and then I made the channel on the neckline. I folded it in also by 1.5 inches. So this is what we have. We are almost done, guys. You see we have that channel here. So the next thing we're going to do is to fold the edge. Remember 1.5 inches, you're going to sew it round. So after sewing it round, the next thing we're going to do is to sew to attach the rope, like to pass the rope through the shoulder line. So we have to sew the rope for this neckline or shoulder line, whatever you call it. So I've already cut out some pieces because I don't want to waste my material. So I'm just going to be joining this. You can make your rope as long as you want to. So I have about 1.5 inches here. So I'm just going to be joining these two together. So we are going to be making a fold. The first thing to do, if you want your edge to be neat like this, you're just going to fold the edge inward like this, fold the edge like this, fold one side in, fold the other side in, and then you're going to fold it again finally. So that way you're going to have a clean finish both on both edges. So I'm just going to illustrate again. Fold it once like this, fold it again on both sides, and then fold again, and then you're going to be sewing straight on it. Okay, guys, we're almost done. I've folded all the edge, and I've also sewn my belt. I've attached my safety pin to it. The way we did for that elastic, you're just going to be putting it in like this. Try to like put it in and drag it, and just make sure it comes out on the other side. So after inserting the rope, you're just going to drag it outside like this. And I'm also going to make sure that the rope I have on the left is kind of equal to the rope I have on the right. So I'm just going to drag and continue to drag and make sure that my rope is equal. So I'm just going to arrange it properly. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and also please drop a comment so that YouTube can push my video to other viewers. Thank you for watching, guys.